Hey, Rob Nieves here with Skilled Pastor, and today I want to walk you through how I start my sermons. Anytime you're starting a sermon and publicly, you're wondering, where do I start? What do I say first? Like, how do I introduce this topic? So today I want to share 3 ways that I've come across really work best for me, and maybe they might work for you. So let me just kind of walk you through this. Again, I'm Rob Nieves with Skilled Pastor, but let me show you. Here we go. So the first one is recaps. Now, this works great if you're going through a series, right? So obviously, if this is the first time you're preaching this series, maybe a different type of introduction might work. But a recap of what you said the week before, kind of bring people up to speed with what we've been talking about in this series. I find it to be a very natural way to start the conversation when you come up to preach. So after you say your greetings, hi, it's great to be here today. Hey, let's dive in. And you can say, hey, last week, we talked about this or that, and this is where God has been taking us. So recaps work great. Another one is stories. Now, this can be a Bible story, but I recommend a story that is personal. Whatever the topic is, whether the topic is faith or love or whatever, forgiveness, you want to start with a story of something that maybe happened to you. So starting off with a story is a great way. And if it's a personal story, it's really even better. Why? Because you get to share something that's personal. You know it really well. You don't have to worry about details because you know your story better than anyone else. So if it's your own story and how it relates to the topic, it's a great way. Another thing is that people love stories. So people love hearing what you have to say. They want to hear somebody else's story. It catches their attention. Now, you got to make sure you deliver on your sermon, that you don't just have this anticlimactic, you share this amazing story and then your sermon just isn't there. So make sure that it's a good story, maybe not so great that it really overshadows everything else. Or if it's a great story, make sure that your sermon ties in really well. So stories is another great way. And the third way that I like to start sermons is with questions, right? So you have a topic. Again, let's talk about faith, or let's talk about love, or let's talk about forgiveness. You want to ask the question, hey, have you ever had a hard time forgiving someone? Has it ever happened to you that you're really trying to, you feel like you have a forgiving heart, but you have a hard time forgiving something that someone did? Maybe not a little thing, but a big thing. And already you can see that I'm getting people engaged into a conversation, because now they're thinking, yeah, have I dealt with that issue? But you're also introducing the topic. So I find that a recap is a great way to start. Questions are another great way, and of course stories, like we spoke previously. So these are 3 ways that I find have been really helpful to me in my ministry, and as I continue to grow, these are my go-tos. Anytime I'm gonna start my sermon, these are my go-tos. What are some ways that have helped you? Maybe you're in ministry, maybe you're a preacher watching this. What are some ways that have helped you? Maybe share it in the comments below, and do us a big favor. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe and share it with someone. I think it'll be helpful, maybe to someone that's learning how to preach alongside of you. So share it with someone. Please let us know how you're enjoying this content so we can continue creating it. You keep up the great work. We'll see you then.